Imagine this was a container full of medicine. If you look at the back of most medicine containers, you'll find a warning that says, "Keep out of reach of children." This means that the contents of the container can be dangerous for children if they access it without supervision. So for their safety, keep it out of their reach. In the same way, there is certain knowledge that God never wanted us to access as human beings. Not because he's afraid that we'll become like him, as Satan suggested to Eve in the garden, but instead because accessing this knowledge can be harmful to us. Deuteronomy 29 verse 29 says, "The secret things belong to the Lord our God, but the things that are revealed belong to us and our children forever, that we may do the words of this law." This means that there is knowledge that God gives us, and he reveals it to us to help us fulfill his will and progress in our lives. But then there's knowledge that's explicitly for God's knowing. It's not for us. That's why it's called secret. It's not meant to be known by us. Just as God never intended for Adam or Eve to know what evil was. He preferred to keep that knowledge out of their reach because its contents were harmful. Think about it. When God created man, they didn't know what evil was. All they knew was God's goodness. But when curiosity got the better of them and they accessed the knowledge from the tree of good and evil, which God commanded them not to interact with, they exposed themselves to evil knowledge and it consumed them. Genesis 6 verse 5 says that man became very evil. And let me explain something. It's not the knowledge itself that makes you evil. It's what it exposes you to. There's a question that God asked Adam after he ate from the tree in Genesis 3 verse 11. And this explains what happens when you interact with unsanctioned knowledge. He asked him, "Who told you that you are naked? Have you eaten from the tree which I commanded you not to?" The term naked means without a covering. So when you indulge in knowledge that's foreign to what God said, you expose yourself spiritually by removing yourself from the covering of God's word. And when you expose yourself spiritually and you operate outside of the parameters of God's covering, you become susceptible to deception. If God reveals it to you, it's to progress you. But if he puts it out of your reach, it's for your protection.